Welcome back, everybody, to another video of Gabe's Brookville Reviews. Before I begin, I want to give a quick thank you to God for allowing me to do what I love and to please continue to let me do what I love. Powering the Mini is a 2-liter 4-cylinder, 201 horsepower with a 5.8 second 0 to 60. This is the Cooper S, so you get the 201 horsepower, which is the more powerful engine on the Cooper. Combined miles per gallon is 32, so that is fairly solid. As you can see around the exterior of the car, you have your classic new Mini look. I like the fact that we have these distinctive eyeball headlights, the nice S on the grille. And this is really, I love this 3-tone color. We got the blue with the black top and the white mirror. I think that really adds a sporty edge, and the black handles. Wow. Jumping into the front seat of the Cooper S. Ooh. Cooper S. As if it's one word. Now, the cabin is surprisingly luxurious. Starting it up, you have this very funky on-off switch. It's literally a switch. See? Twist, foot on the brake, twist it. We have your traditional key fob with the buttons on the side. Pretty cool Mini logo on one side and Mini spell on the other. The first thing that I feel, the first emotion I feel when I get into this cabin is excitement. The fact that we have this beautiful, all new is in the last couple of years, last year or two, all new infotainment screen, which is the circular screen, which you don't see in any other car. I think it just adds an excitement, adds an oomph to this car, which I think is tremendously done by Mini. The fact that the on-off button is literally a switch is also just super exciting. The shifter is a tab. So I'd say we're in park right now. Want to go into drive, pop it up to reverse, put it back in park. Just truly tremendous job by Mini to make this car a different, exciting vehicle. Now to the center screen. The screen has great graphics. Pretty simple to use. The menu button's down here, and you simply scroll through your different options. I don't find it to be extremely difficult. I would have loved, I guess, if the main menu would have just been the sitting menu, so you don't have to click on the main menu and then find Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I also would have loved if Mini put the HVAC system not in the screen, like if they had physical buttons. But again, the truth is that for a car like this, you really need having them in the screen. I guess really adds a certain luxurious and spunky vibe to the car. If you have physical buttons, it gives it a more rugged feel. So I definitely understand Mini doing that, but I'm still not a big fan of not having the HVAC systems down here. So let's pretend like I want to raise well, I'm not going to pretend, for real. You have to click on this fan button right here, and this is where you can go ahead and negotiate the different AC settings that you want. Let's say I want my AC to be on medium, high, and where's the temp? Where can I find the temp? I'm not sure if it's this. This is for the steering wheel. Let's say no. Temperature, hello. So this is a little bit difficult. The fact that it doesn't have. Oh, there we go. Well, no, I just figured out where to run the air. But where's the temperature? Is this the temp? I'm assuming this is the temp. Yep, raise and lower the temp. Cool. That's for the passenger. For the driver, raise and lower the temp down here. If I want to turn the heated seats or heated steering wheel, I have to press down the buttons on the screen. So that's something that I'm not a master fan of. But again, if you put physical buttons into a car like this, you do add a little bit more of a rugged feel. Moving to the steering wheel. The steering wheel has a nice leather wrap to it with a nice white stitching in the middle. I love this little go-kart sporty feel right here. I don't know what this is, but it definitely adds a nice sporty touch. The steering wheel does feel a little bit junky. I would have loved to have felt a little more solid. It's easier for you to think that this car is much higher than it actually is, because it is priced like a premium car, over $30,000. So it's a little bit disappointing, but still overall a pretty sturdy feel. I love the fact that we have this cloth stitching around the cabin. Adds an exciting vibe to the car. To the door panels, also we have this cloth stitching here, which adds an exciting vibe. The door panel is hard touch plastic. so it does feel a little junky. I would have loved it if it felt a little more solid, but I don't think it takes away from the go-kart feel of this car. I love the fact that these storage compartments, this doesn't open, at least not to my knowledge. I'm trying to open it, I don't want to break it, so I'm not going to push it that much. That doesn't open, which is a negative. This does open, which is very cute, but this is like pretty, like, I don't know where you're going to put it there. 2 cup holders, which is nice. Looks like a wireless charger. I can't tell exactly. I don't want to mess anything up, but it could be a wireless charger right here. Is your other controls. Your glove box is surprisingly big for a car like this, and you do have your traditional vents. You have your traditional vents. I wouldn't even say traditional. Like, these are pretty funky in their own right, and I like that touch to it. These seats, if you could excuse my bag, these seats are a very nice white. Looks like some kind of leather. Perforated seats. This is like a little, let's say bright white, lighter white. They're fairly comfortable, surprisingly supportive. I was pretty shocked. I've been driving around in this for the last like 20 minutes or so. I am a little bit surprised that they're surprisingly comfortable. And the back seat, I don't want to go back there because I feel like it's not going to end well. But the back seat is small. You know, let's pop into the back seat. So it turns out I can't get into the back seat because I'm too tall. So we're going to say that the back seat is pretty much exclusive for little kids. I wouldn't even put young adults there or small adults there, just because it seems really, really tight. Onto the trunk. The trunk is also very small. Nothing that I'm not surprised though. In a car like this, I'm really not shocked that the trunk is fairly cute. All right, let's hear this drive. As we get some driving in, I want to say my first impressions of this car are that it's a cute car, an exciting car to drive. You feel surprisingly compact with the road, and it shouldn't really be a shock in a car like this, a car that's as small as this. But I was fairly surprised that I feel very, very, I wouldn't say squished, but I feel like there's a lot going on right now. The roof feels low. The heads-up display feels like it's blocking my view a little bit. So it truly isn't, it's not the greatest feeling, but I definitely still feel like I'm driving a go-kart, which is part of the reason why I love Mini Cooper, because you really feel like you're driving a go-kart. It's so fun to drive. Response, pedal-wise, response is nice. Brake feel is fairly solid. As I'm turning the car, I'm going to turn right now. It feels very cute. I really feel like I'm driving a go-kart. This is probably the closest you're going to get to a go-kart in a traditional mainstream vehicle. Engine sound is pretty good. I'm in a turbocharged. Turn left on Sunrise Highway. Fairly solid. I don't hear a lot of growl. I don't hear a lot of gurgle either, which is both good and bad. I'd say it's good in the sense that, like, I don't want to hear a big rev, but it's bad in the sense that maybe I would love to hear a little boom, boom, boom. But overall, nothing too crazy. Let's see, I'm going left. This car does come with blind spot monitoring, so that is good. The seats are comfortable. I'm pretty surprised. I rented a Mini Cooper about a year ago. It wasn't a Cooper S, so it didn't have leather seats or anything, but the seats, to me at least, were exceptionally uncomfortable. So I'm pleasantly surprised that this car is fairly comfortable. Now, to talk about this car in general, the value that you get. Now, I wouldn't say this car is the best bang for your buck. Turn left on Sunrise simply Highway. Because it doesn't have the lowest price point. So it's over $30,000, which is, that's some good giddy up. Oh yeah, I like that. So it's just above $30,000. It's really not. I guess I would put this in like in the borderline luxury-esque category, but it's also a super fun car to drive. So you are definitely getting value that you can't get in other cars. Like, you're not going to get even, let's say, a cheap small car, a Nissan Sentra. You're not getting the same excitement that you get in this car. You're not getting this funky screen or this heads-up display or just these cool funky controls. I feel like that's what you're paying for in this Mini. You're paying for the difference, things that are interesting. The screen, these controls, this dynamic and not iconic, but iconic look. Same thing with like a Jeep Wrangler, where it's just like an iconic look. You're driving this big hunky piece of metal, this is a similar vibe where you're driving something that's small and cute, like a go-kart, that's a Mini Cooper. A couple negatives that I will say is that I really wished that they put a traditional gauge cluster in front of the steering wheel, because if you want to see your speed, you have to look at a center stack or your heads-up display, which I would imagine doesn't come in every model. So that is a negative that I've noticed right now. Overall, I am pretty I do like this car. I think it's a very fun car to drive. It's still one of my favorite cars. The noise level surprisingly is low, even though this is a soft top. So that is pretty cool to see. So I got a left turn right here. Turn radius is good. The feel is very good. I really do feel like I'm in a go-kart, which I've said many times in this video, but I am enjoying this ride. I don't love this heads-up display. I think that I would have rather it not be there. But the truth is, because you have to, in order to see your speed, you have to look at the center infotainment screen. A heads-up display does come in handy. So the truth is, if you're getting a Mini Cooper, it might be worth it just to pay more to get a heads-up display so that you can see your speed. You don't have to look to the center to see your speed. I think that's a little bit of a safety hazard. Other than that, that's a negative. Other negatives are that this doesn't open. So I would have loved a little more storage, but the truth is that we're in a Mini Cooper. We're not in a Toyota Tundra. This car is not meant for storage. This car is meant to be small. It's meant to be cute. It's meant to just be fun to drive. So I do think that overall, in a nutshell, I would say that what rating would I give this car? I would say I would give it, obviously I would love to give it an A, because I love Mini Cooper, and for what it's coming to bring you, yeah, the truth is I think I would give it an A or an A minus. I'm going to stick at an A minus, because the reason why I give it an A, why I grade it so highly, is because I think that in a car like this, it's similar to the Jeep Wrangler, where this car is meant to be iconic. It's meant to be the same. It's not meant to be different than what it's been in the past. So this new Mini Cooper is meant to be a go-kart. Now, part of that persona of being a go-kart means that things are different. You have a different screen, you have a different engine stop-start, you have a different shifter. Things are automatically different trim, 3-tone, just different vibe in general. And I think that Mini did a tremendous job putting that in a car, in such a compact car, putting all these little fun things. Like I said, engine stop-start, that's a brilliant design. I would never have thought of that. Making the shifter into just a little flick of the wrist, that's also just brilliant. Takes up less space. Amazing. Truly well done by Mini. I would have loved, the reason why I didn't get an A+ is because I would have loved if I didn't feel as compact as I do, even though again it is supposed to be a go-kart. But ultimately, maybe if we could just bring out the pillars a little bit more, maybe just a tad, and if we could open the center console to get a little more room, maybe make it a little lower so my arm can rest better, or maybe make this middle storage compartment a little higher so that my arm feels better when I'm resting it, because we don't have the traditional shifter. Other than that, the view around the cabin is good. I mean, this car was a pleasure to drive. Thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful day.